Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Deborah Albert. I lead what's called the Lean In Network for New York, and I also lead a Lean In Circle of my own called Lime. So, a couple of definitions. Um, the circle is that intimate group of women that like minded women that meet together on a monthly basis, basically to support each other, do peer to peer networking, um, help each other, network, and more importantly, to establish great friendships. I mean, it really does become kind of a sisterhood. The network is an umbrella kind of organization that exists to do two things: help circle leaders in the area best run their circles. So we're there the network is there to support other circles and also to have different kinds of programming. So, for example, like what you're experiencing right now, this is the kind of programming that we offer. A workshop online, for example. As a network, we also offer monthly interviews where we interview subject matter experts online. And also, we have a newsletter, we have a mentoring program, which is called Inspiration. Get it? Um, And what else do we do? Oh, we have in person events, which you're going to hear more about when we end, because Wendy, who you just met, who's been in my Lean In circle for, I don't know, 9 years or so. Last year, I invited her onto the advisory board and made her the director of events. So she's putting together a few in person events that are going to be really fun. So please stay till the end and she'll tell you more about them. So let me actually introduce Marina. So again, we're doing an interactive Zoom. So please put your comments, your questions, your thoughts into the comments section, and just don't be mean. Okay. um, anyway, I am happy to introduce Marina. She is a mindful productivity coach and the founder of the Big Idea Lab. Here's where she helps people and organizations find their authentic productivity style so they can lead, create, and work in line with their highest purpose. So I leave it now to you, Marina, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for introduction and thank you for having me. I've heard a lot of great things about your network and the community, and I'm looking forward to meet people in person. And I'm honored to share with you, with everyone today, something that I've been practicing and accumulating as an experience for last 15 years. So I hope you're all sitting comfortable. Maybe you're in the kitchen. Maybe you're still at the office, wherever feels right for you. We are recording this session. So if you don't have a chance to fully participate 100%, you will be able to look and do it again via recording. And I also want to share with you, I feel like there is a lot of high achievers here. I think LinkedIn attracts women who is into leadership, leadership in life, leadership in your career, in your businesses, in your households. And I want you to have an open mind. I'm sure you all have your own tools, you have your own practices. We all love reading books. I love a lot of different self-help podcasts. But I would love you to keep an open mind for the next 50 minutes. We're going to we're gonna to do our best to finish on time because I know it's a dinner time, it's the evening, so I want to be respectful of everybody's time. I hope you have a celebration drink. It's a hibiscus tea here. It can be a glass of water. If you're into wine, it can be a glass of wine or champagne. You have some paper, a lot of paper. If you're totally into digital, if it is only the way for you, of course, go for it. But I do hope you have a paper where you can be writing. And I'm going to start sharing slides with you, so you will be able to see the flow for today, and we'll have some prompts. Okay. Perfect. Okay, everybody can see my screen. We had a great start wherever it was. We're just accepting, we're making the best of it. And Today we're going to do a little bit of a mindfulness pause. We'll do reflection on 2025. We'll choose a word for 2026. We'll do some planning, and there will be gratitude and celebration. Quite aggressive agenda. There is a small surprise for everybody at the end. Even even Wendy doesn't know about it, but she will appreciate. Um, I want Wendy also to be excited about it. Um, so see how it feels for you. We're gonna start with mindfulness pose. I am standing because I want to feel focused and present and centered, but you possibly sitting. But if you're standing, maybe closing your eyes for a minute or two, see if it feels right. Then feel your feet on the ground. Just kind of see if you can feel the floor or your shoes or your slippers or your socks. Wiggle your toes. Kind of feel support of the earth. Feel that you're supported, that your body is standing, you're like sitting, you're supported, you're grounded, you're getting centered, you're here now, we're together. And we're going to take 3 deep inhales through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Take a couple of breaths on your own. And if you need to exhale more, don't be shy, just let it go the day, leave it behind. Inhale light and exhale everything that you would like to let go. If you want to relax your jaw a bit, your shoulders, your belly, your arms, your legs, give yourself this mini relaxation. Allow your nervous system to arrive here now so you can be fully present for yourself and for us together as a circle. And if it feels comfortable for you, you can put your hand on your chest, bow your head a little bit, and feel a sense of gratitude being here now in your body, on this planet Earth, on this Zoom, this beautiful event. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, take your time, and if it feels comfortable, you can move your body a little bit, but do it if it's comfortable. Thank you for doing this with me. I hope you feel more centered, more connected to yourself, because we're going to go a little bit deeper for you to know yourself. And so what we're going to do next is we're going to take some time, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, for you to look back at 2025 and write down 10 to 15 amazing and meaningful events, experiences, or aha moments that happened in your life that year. And you can just start writing. It can be more, it can be less. See what's coming to you. I give some examples of my own. I didn't get a job, but I know it's relatable for other people. And it can be very small things like being kind to yourself. It can be a little bit big, getting a new job, maybe buying a house, selling a house, moving to different countries, or it can be something like learning a new recipe. Uh, you can, what I do sometimes, if I totally like, oh my God, it feels like 100 years ago, this 2025, you can look at your photos, or your calendar, right? You're not gonna show this to anyone, so this is for you, and you always can come back to this exercise. But just take a moment, think about it. What was great about last year for you? And do it on a piece of paper in your journal or wherever you're using for writing. It can be my house, it can be planet Earth, it can be I'm grateful I can breathe. You know, there's a lot to be grateful always, but it has to be something of your own.
Marina, there's a
Yes.
comment chat. Does it need to be positive? Can it be not necessarily positive, but something that moved you forward?
Yes, loves us. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat. I've been very present in the moment with you guys. So thank you, Wendy. I'm gonna pay attention to the chat. Yes, experiences that you grow from. This is great. You know, this is a very great comment. This is something you can be grateful for. I do this exercise almost like for an hour. There's an hour event, so we're doing a short version. And when we do a now event, it's usually I ask what's like a great positive, but then also some painful event. So for instance, I'm personally, I know it may sound strange, grateful to my back pain because it's actually brought me to understanding my body, understanding what kind of exercises I need, and it brought me into weight training to a specific person in a specific place. So just a little personal story. Um, I hope it's helpful.
And I'll keep I'll keep an eye on the chat, Marina, so
Thank
that
you.
you
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you, Dan, for this question. And Wendy, yeah, if I'm not going to keep totally fully on the chat, but if there's something you have the power of the host to ask me. So we have 2 more minutes. Um, keep on writing. Uh, again, you can come back to this. You might be surprised how many great things happen. Or maybe not so great, but what you learned, maybe they became transformational. I have a meditation teacher. She has a practice that she used to do 3 things that she's grateful for, positive ones, but for the last couple of years, she's been doing 3 things that kind of painful and how she's accepting this pain and how she's growing from it and how she's learning to be with that. So the kind of a twist on gratitude. There's a lot of different tools out there. I'm wondering if you guys feeling comfortable to share one things that you feel it was amazing for you in the last year in the chat. Miriam, thank you. I learned to forgive. That's wonderful. Do you feel like it's a something, it's a lifelong thing for you? Mm. Okay, done. Lost my friendship that afterward realized were not healthy. Thank you. Wendy, complete wonderful. Continue my practice. Yes. Kimberly, hello. I didn't see everybody's faces, but love the scene. Okay. Thank you. Know my value. Traditional success mindset. Yes. Let go. Self-growth and enough for myself. Beautiful. Grew my LinkedIn. Amazing. Reconnecting with friends. I'm the same. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you all for sharing. So we're going, I want to share something personal. I was born and raised in Soviet Union. And while I was not drinking a lot or anything, even when I was a kid, we always will have a toast. And then I came to United States at 22 and I joined Toastmasters. So I became like almost like a professional toaster. So I do want us to have a little bit of like, say what a wonderful year it was, how much things was achieved. And we're gonna do this little like chin chin with your drink wherever you have to celebrate 2025 and show appreciation. This is a hibiscus tea. You're welcome to have champagne or wherever you have it. So to 2025. Wonderful. So we're going to move next. And as I mentioned, you can continue doing this exercise on your own. You can do full this workshop again and again till you feel more solidified and that everything that you choose in your writing speaks to you where you're at. But we're going to move forward and we're going to choose a word for 2026. And some of you probably might have already the word, right? Some of you might still thinking. For some of you, it will be like a whole new idea. So what does it mean, the word? It's kind of, I've done for 7 to 8 years, probably the word was for me to slow down. That was my like overarching word of slowing down. I wanted to have more intentional life, to do, to make choices not from being reactive. So that word was kind of, I always saw it everywhere. And I didn't follow all the time. It took me a while to master and still work in progress. And this year for me, the word is curious, right? So maybe take a moment and think what is that something you want to have maybe more of or less in 2026. And I'm going to share with you in the next page ideas for the word.
और ये जो औरत जिस हिसाब से बोल रही है
Okay. Yeah. So see what's the word speaks to you. And I also want to say the word, if you choose a word and it makes you feel anxiety, and it's kind of like, this is great, but it just kind of like, it doesn't see, I want you to connect with your body if it's available to you. And see that this word kind of like, it's like a nice hug that supports you, inspires you, and moving you forward, or it's a kind of like something that pushing you while you don't have any energy to be pushed, right? Again, you might change your word tomorrow, right? And also, it can be just for a year. So you can see, you can try different words. And also I want to tell you the secret. You can have two words, okay? If it's like, oh my God, I have two words I cannot choose from, you can do two words. Okay. So if power, excellent. So if you feel like, please share grounded direction. Yes. And while you guys sharing, I want to strong or direct. Excellent. I want to share with you story. So your words are powerful, right? What do you choosing is gonna create your reality. I promise you. I once, many years ago, I was doing spiritual training and I had to choose a word for a year, and I asked for breaking through limiting beliefs, right? And I worked with Goddess Kali. And oh my God, it broke me through literally. So it was from that point, I start choosing the word blossom, expand, flow. So universe is always listening to you. So wherever you choose, universe creates through you. So fun, intentionality, self-confidence, grounded, clarity and courage, abundance, joy, execution, action, Deborah. Yes. Okay. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Feel free, continue sharing. So what we're going to do next, okay, we're doing well on everything. Anybody, like, I want to see if there's more words coming. Okay, where is my chat? Okay. Centered. Oh, Victoria, I saw you had grounded, right? You changed it to centered. I love this. Centered is both. Yes, grounded and centered. Yes. Yes, centered in your heart and grounded into where, Victoria, where do you want to be grounded? Into earth, into present moment? What does it mean for you, grounded? If you feel comfortable sharing in the chat. Okay. So what I want us to do right now, if we can, I want us to send the hearts, emoji hearts, and we're gonna have a lot of hearts coming at us. And let's just take a moment and seed all of the hearts. This is like celebrating us. It's like you can, you see, it's interesting. I'm holding my hand on my chest, on my heart. Hearts are coming. So we entering. I hope you guys feeling that you connecting to your heart. I'm gonna check. Yes, more hearts. Thank you. Very good. So we're moving next. The art of knowing is knowing what to ignore. I did some research. I used to say it through me, then I kind of start questioning. It's a little bit paraphrased, but it was said by him some sort of way, 13th century Persian poet, mystic, and scholar. I've been using this phrase in and out for past 10 years. And how do we achieve focus in our life is by even being able to take time to understand what is we need to ignore and what do we need to pay attention, right? This is a big moment for you here. I also want to share with you a couple concepts. I want you to give yourself time. Today, I read on LinkedIn about the woman who started business at 70 with her husband because she saw how at certain age people stop being active. And now she's 87 and they're creating events for people after 60 for them to be mentally and emotionally engaged and decide what they're going to do with their life. And she started this at 60, right? And somebody I read about, she became a model at 60. I'm 48. So I think it's like, I'm thinking, what is this I'm going to do in my 70, 80, and 90, right? So why I'm saying, I know we have a different, a kind of age group. People are different phases, different ages. But I want you to give yourself good 30, 40 years ahead of you, right? What it means that you don't need to do everything in 1 year, right? Don't try, you can have like an idea bank or something where you put all of your ideas, but you don't need to squeeze in everything in 1 year. So I want you to give yourself time and space. And I want to tell you another secret. Sometimes when you slow down, you actually achieve much more. And I want to give you a story of a client who was going through divorce, had 3 kids, had a full-time job, and by hour and a half every week, just 1 hour and 25 minutes actually, she only could do that. She actually wrote a book. Then the book got published. And then 5 years later, she just came back from Davos. She was one of the main presenters there. And so she did it with doing very small changes, but consistently. So what we're going to do today, we're going to see how we can focus you on most important in the most possibly kind way. Okay. The art of knowing is knowing what to ignore. So I hope you will get ready to say no to some things. So what we're doing next is I want you to write 8 key priorities or areas of life that feel important to you right now. I also want to suggest to you something. You probably all experience that life is changing sometimes. You plan one thing, but then 6 months later, something can happen. We all can get sick. Our loved one can get sick. We can fall in love. There is political things. The world is changing all the time. So I want you to think about next 3 months. And you kind of can keep a whole year in mind, right? But for today, I want you to focus only for 3 months. And priorities, I'm going to be sharing with you ideas next. So take a piece of paper and think about what is your priorities are. And at first you can outline, maybe at first it would be only 5, but then you will discover there is 20. And then maybe some priorities you can put them together, right? So we're going to spend good 5 minutes here where you're going to understand what is your 8 priorities for 2026 for the next 3 months, not a whole year, for the next 3 months. I also want to suggest do only personal priorities. You can do the same exercise for if you have a business or your work or nonprofit. So I want you to use this technique right now only for your personal priorities. Let me know in the chat if you have your 8 priorities already. Okay, great. Take your time if you need more. If you need, we have some time. I'm just curious where we're at. Thank you. Also, it's a good check-in right now. Like, how's your word of the day? How is your word of the year and your priorities? Are they like in alignment? Does your priorities support your word? Or also, it's interesting sometimes when I used to say that I want to slow down, but my priorities were all about like going crazy at speed of light. So I was like, oh, there's some disconnection here. Like I'm saying that I want a one thing, but then the priorities I choose was completely different thing, right? So it's Pamela have just 5 priorities. It's perfect. It's great, and you might Pamela, Deborah 7, you guys might discover something else tomorrow, or, and you might not need to have 8 priorities, right? Um, that's also like we're kind of studying your juices today, right? And the funny thing is that most likely you have it and you're already doing certain things. You might not just think of them as a priority. They just kind of maybe so much part of your life, right? Um, but thank you for sharing. Marion 7. Okay. So I'm gonna read this. Kimberly is done. My word of the year does align with priorities. Okay. Very good. That's great. Thank you, Leanne, for sharing. And again, as I think you might wake up tomorrow morning and you're going to be like, all right, I changed my mind. My word is this, and I actually want to do something else. Anybody had any discoveries while doing this exercise? Did you discover any new priorities for yourself, or you kind of like were very clear about them? Okay, clear. Yes, very good. Um, good. Again, we also, um, I think meet yourself where you at in life. Uh, some people, I remember I was for almost like 3 months caregiving for my mom in Belarus. And of course, it was only one priority I had, and make sure that I kind of sustain my health and, do my work so I can pay my bills. So I had like 3 priorities. And, some people might have kids and parents, and, your priorities might be, okay, there's a 4 priorities right now where I'm at in my life. Some people have more time, some people have less time. We're in different phases in life. So just honor where you at. Um, and it's every phase of life matters, right? It all has its own meaning. Okay, yes, Deborah, you see, I knew it. You have an 8 in you. Yes, Leanne, I hope I pronounced it correctly. I'm glad we're focusing on personal priority because I turn to prioritize business. Okay. Yes, I know sometimes Raj, they interconnected, but I want to challenge you because sometimes, especially it happens to me sometimes. Oh, I love my business. I love what I do, right? Have huge identity about it, right? But I do need to take care of me, right? There has to be spiritual practice, there has to be relationship, creativity, nature. So give yourself space and time and maybe a little bit disconnect if it's possible for you. And if not, it's also a good start. No worries at all. And thank you for sharing. Um, okay, so now we're going to most important part of the show. You are going to become a focus queen and kings if we have kings, right? I don't see everybody right now. This is can get a little bit hard right now because we want to do a lot of things, and I personally love doing things. It brings me huge joy to accomplish things, and it's also like psychologically proven it's healthy for us to have a goal and accomplish the goal and see the results. But I think what what for me means to be an adult, right? And if we're talking about specifically, it's having this balance, and balance is dynamic, right? Balance is never static. What do I mean by this? Sometimes we kind of dance in the dance of doing and being. There's a time to do and there's a time to be, and we always choose somewhat in between. And this formula or like this scale is constantly changing. So it's a kind of a day by day journey, right? Where I'm going with this. So I want you to choose for the next month. Only first step will be is to choose only 3 priorities that you want to focus. Like, remember I told you about my client who wanted to write a book. So one of her priorities was writing a book. And, of course, she didn't stop being a mom. She still had to go to job. She had a job and she was going through divorce. So it's not like everything else will disappear, but you want to narrow your focus to something of 3 priorities for the next month that will get most of your attention. And we'll get into it a little bit more how we're going to do it. But first, I want you to choose 3 priorities that you will focus for the next months. Okay. And let me know in the chat when you're ready with okay, 3 priorities. Excellent. Done. Leanne, thank you for sharing. I'm glad you know it. Um, done. Excellent. I also want to share something about planning. Victorious, thank you. For some people, it's more natural than others, right? And excellent, done. I see. Thank you. Um, and some people, it's like breathing for them. For some people, it takes more efforts and reminding. So meet yourself where you're at. For some of you, you might be mastering planning and focus. For some of you, maybe you just start learning about it. I do believe planning is like, it takes years and years to establish meditation practice. I do know for a fact to have a proper planning practice, it takes years and years and years for it to become your second nature. But for some of us, it's more natural. For some of us, we might need to work on it more. Again, meet yourself where you at. So now we have three priorities. You got this. And so what I want you to do before we're gonna come up, what are you gonna do about this priorities? I actually want you to look at your calendar for months ahead and see like where do you have time? Do you have time, or like all of your time is already planned out? Like is all of your weekends planned out, or like evenings planned out? And I know people have different work schedules and life schedules, but I want you to kind of see your calendar, get to know your calendar, and see like, do I have time? Okay, so you look at your calendar. I'm gonna see the chat. Okay, right. Okay, Michelle. Okay, harder for me to figure out what to drop. It is very hard, Raj. It's actually biggest decision of your life. Okay, sorry, Leanne, you have to. Okay, I have to leave session earlier. We have a recording, but thank you so much for being here. And Raj, it's really hard to choose, so take your time. You might need to reflect and decide, and sometimes it takes some time. So you look at the calendar for months ahead, and so the step number 3, so you have the 3 priorities. And so I know there's like goals, intention, and tasks. I want you to think, so what is your priority? Let's say if it is health, right? Then you choose, what do you think you're going to do realistically? This is something what's important. You already saw your calendar, right? And it feels like you all guys know each other. And I'm going to give this example that usually, I mean, I personally, it's work in progress for me. I know I need to exercise, but I don't want to exercise, right? And I know for a fact, if let's say exercise is a thing for you, right? If it's one of your priorities, please do not say that you're gonna exercise 4 to 5 times per week, starting next in February, right? So choose something very realistic and simple that you can start doing bit by bit in February, right? For each priority, think about it. What is this you're gonna do? It can be an hour per week. It can be maybe 5 hours per month. So think about it. And if you want to share in the chat, I'll be happy to give you feedback. You can choose even one priority and say, this is what I'm thinking to do. This is, again, if you might need to reflect on this because you will need to think, what is this I'm trying to achieve for this priority? If it's health, being healthy, what does it mean? For me, it's walking and weight training, right? If I'm trying to write a book, then there's a time to sit and write the book. I'm giving very simple examples, and it might take time for you to arrive to this. Raj, thanks for sharing. You will get more specific. I'm not gonna like push you right now. I think like you will get to something more specific. But it's a great start. Dan, this is great. So what is this? What do you want to say? Do you like, can I like just give you a little bit of like, we can like maybe brainstorm with you here. Is it something for you you can say that you're going to do 15 hours per week of the coursework, or it's a 10 hours per week? And also where do you see doing it in your calendar? What is realistic for you? Okay, Kimberly, thank you so much for sharing. Household working hours, booking in a cleaner meal service provider. Okay, excellent. Wendy, one of my mother, maybe let me think about that. When people ask me to do something rather than immediate yes. That Wendy, that's a great example. I know it's not ours, but it's more something that you want to remember to do, right? Okay. Thank you. Thank you guys for sharing. Yes, I've been telling myself, okay, I've been telling myself this, and friends who are asking for my advice. It's not an immediate yes, take some time to think. Thank you, Michelle. Great. Somatic therapy facilitator, so I don't want to put time frame on it. Excellent. Thank you, Dan, for clarifying that. Okay. So, and also I want to say something. Some people thrive with blocking the hours. Some people, it's enough for them to say, this is my intention, and I'm going to do it when I feel like, when is my energy is like, some people energy is more consistent, some people energy is less consistent. It's not comparing anyone, but I think sometimes it's also just enough to say, okay, this month, this is my intention, and I will do it when it feels right. Okay. Yes, cleanest recommendation, Jersey City, welcome. Kimberly, I will ask Janet. Funny enough, I know a lot about Jersey City, while I'm myself in Brooklyn. Okay, excellent. Fun time is not excellent. Done. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, everybody will receive recording. So I hope for some of you it's clear and straightforward. You know what to do. For some of you, I hope you will listen to the recording and do this again and again till you look at you like, okay, this is my 8 priorities. I feel great. It's aligned with my word, right? And then it's like, and this is what I'm doing next month. This is my 3 priorities, and this is what I'm gonna do for them. It's very specific. It's only once a month. Um, then I wanna encourage you something. One practice you might already have, again, it could be schedule today your check-in with yourself in a month. You can plan your focus queen party with yourself monthly, right? And we have a king here too, so of course, king and queens. So plan that for yourself. Just 15 minutes, have a tea, have fun, put on great music, a candle, maybe some tarot, oracle cards, wherever. Just see what is my 8 priorities, what is this I'm doing for the months ahead, how did I do, right? You can also choose somebody from LinkedIn network or your friend and plan with another focus queen or king friend, right? Because it's an incredible thing to have the same framework and do it with a friend or do it with a community. And of course, you can always work with me, Queen of the Queens. I thought it's very funny, but I'm available, and I think we will share my LinkedIn. But I hope specifically um, there's a lot of different techniques about planning, but the knowing your 8 priorities for 3 months, then narrowing down for a month and doing check-in monthly or even every 2 months, I guarantee you'll move along, you'll achieve your goals, and you actually will do it in a quiet, calm, and mindful manner. But it might take some time because if you have like 20, 15 priorities, a lot of tasks, you might need to build a muscle to start saying no and learning how to have a sense of discernment and telling yourself that maybe something you will do next year. Because remember, you still have 30, 40 years ahead of you. Yes, information somewhere. Yes. Can you kindly repeat? The art of knowing is knowing what to ignore. The art of knowing is knowing what to ignore. And we're going to do a thank you. Focus queens and kings. I wanna say thank you so much for Deborah Albert to giving me opportunity. It's an honor and love seeing this amazing network and Wendy for doing all of her volunteering work. And I'm sure there's other volunteers behind the scenes that I don't know. And all of you choosing to join on this evening on Thursday, bringing your energy, bringing your time, bringing you who you are. You know, it's like I can be on my own with my knowledge, but what I am if I cannot share with you, and we can grow together. And I think one thing I wanna, if you remember something from today, and if you remember something about me, I want you to remember always choose kindness first in planning. If your goals, your priorities, your words are not kind, this is really bad for your nervous system. And when your nervous system is out of whack, I think I said it wrong, but that's fine. You got it. This is not going to do good for your life. And then, of course, that's not going to do for your productivity and in general what you do. So anyway, kindness is important, and I hope this is helpful. I want to see the chat. Great quote. Always choose kindness when it comes to planning and in general. Thank you so much. Blessings and love. With love, I'm gonna stop sharing, and if I can see you all, because I couldn't see you, I had to focus, couldn't multitask. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I would love, can we, if you feel comfortable to come up on the screen, okay. I am going to send you hearts. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And again, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. There's also my website. Practice focus, practice planning. I don't know, it took me 20 years to learn meditation, 10 years to plan, and it's a work in progress. And I think that's who we are. We're work in progress. I think I read a quote, we are work of art and work in progress. It's a kind of this balance. We keep on growing, but we're also understanding that we're really beautiful human beings. Oh, I love those hearts. Thank you. Deborah, anything you would like or Wendy to share before we go?
I just want to share a couple of highlights of a few things. First off, I am going to send the recording out later through the Lean In Gmail, the email account. And I also have an offer from Marina that I'm going to be sharing as well. And we've got two exciting in-person events happening. March 24th, we're going to have the Shelley Lombard Practice Schmoozing event. And April 29th, we're going to have Gabby Goldman repeating her love meditation. If you were there last year, I know you'll sign up very fast. And if you weren't there, trust me, you should. It was so fantastic. I can't even describe it, but the best thing I can say about it is when I left, I felt a lot of love and a lot of hope for the world, which I don't know if we need that more this year than last year. No politics. But thank you all so much for coming. I put my LinkedIn in the chat. I put Marina's LinkedIn in the chat, and super chat Michelle. Can you copy paste them and put them back like now so that they're there? And if anybody has um a anyone has space to hold events like 30, 40 people, definitely let me know. We are always looking for fun space to host events, sending out the recording. And if you want, put your links in the chat or just connect with me and I'll connect. And we're always trying to create more engagement, more community. And I'm so grateful for Deb and that she asked me to do this, and Marina for saying yes. I think that's it. Any
I'll
questions?
just say one thing.
Sure.
If you are not already a member of the Lean In network and or my Lean In circle called Lime, please get in touch with me. Wendy's going to be sending out the email through the Lean In email address, info@leanin.com, as long as we don't have any technological glitches. Anyway, in some way or another, you're going to get the recording, and reach out to me if you want to know more about joining a circle, because it's fabulous, like this kind of an event.
Yeah. It's if it wasn't so good, I wouldn't still be here.